So, the first final for 2 for the Micromax. Your lineup is as follows. On pole position from Belgium is Len Nys, with Austria's Nando Weichselbaumer in the number 12 alongside Wolof Sen Soetens, who obviously Sen Soetens wasn't showing up on the timing screens. So Soetens looks to be on pole. Len Nys in second, Nando Weichselbaumer and Kasper Schormans in third and fourth. Olivier Jonkers and Aaron Ferrazano ahead of Tommy van der Stroys, Henri Velou, Max Swiderski, Matej Redenkovic, Dries van Langendonk, Karel Stout, Mats van Rooyen, Kaz Tobben, Tom van Langendonk, Sam Bollen and Tam Saleh at the end of the grid. So it will be 2 formation laps here for the first of 2 finals for Micromax. First one, 10 minutes plus an additional lap in duration. The second one, their second final, will be at 2:15 this afternoon. That will be 13 minutes plus 1 additional lap. So very soon, they're now on to the second of 2 formation laps, or 2 warm-up laps here, and hopefully there'll be a red line coming into turns 11 and 12, where they will then have to start the rolling start formation. This is the first race of the 2019 BNL Karting Series kickoff. The first of 12 finals to take place today here under the wonderful Sunday afternoon February sunshine. Very cold this morning, but the temperature has increased over the course of the morning. Now the rolling start formation gets underway here. Ready to get going to kick off the kickoff here at Karting Genk, home of champions. Ladies and gentlemen, the red lights are on the starting gantry for the first time for this race weekend. Drivers being informed to slow down. So it will be Len Nys and Nando Weichselbaumer on the front row. Soetens will start from the back of the grid. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go racing here at the kickoff for the first time for 12 finals to take place. We find out 6 winners who go to Le Mans in August. The drivers now come round the final corner. They head into the tram lines. Red lights on the starting gantry. Do we go green? Yes, it's a clean start. And it's 3 abreast going into turns 1 and 2. It's nearly 4 wide going into turn 2. My goodness me. But that was very close indeed. Air temperature now in 8 degrees Celsius, as it's going to be 2 abreast going through turn number 4. So let's just see. They're going to come streaming down out of turn 6, heading down on the power, down towards turn 7. As it's nice single file formation at the minute. But the front 7 drivers are trying to make a breakaway, and they have done so. Oh, bit of a brazen move by whoever was in 5th place. That looks to be possibly, could that be Tommy van der Stroys in the 54? Someone's going up the inside, taking 3rd place in what is effectively turn 10. That looks to be the number 40 of Schormans, has just got past pole sitter Len Nys, who's dropped down the order. It's 2 abreast. It looks like Tommy van der Stroys has got up into 5th. That he has done, gets his head down. Len Nys on the back bumper of Schormans in the 40, but Nando Weichselbaumer is streaking away. Schormans trying to go up the inside of Jonkers for second, takes the place nicely there, and with them looks to be the number 17 of Len Nys. Tommy van der Stroys now in striking distance, as he's now currently in 5th place, could be 4th, as Len Nys nearly tries to do a double overtake on the inside of Schormans and Jonkers. As Schormans, I think, has just got back into 2nd position ahead of Nys going into turn number 7. 8 minutes 22 on the clock. So it is not the Truly train, it's the Schormans train. Nice move by Tommy van der Stroys right up the inside. Looks to be of Olivier Jonkers. Len Nys in striking distance, and he goes past his GKS teammate. Oh, that's very, very brave indeed for whoever's just behind them. It looks to be Schormans in the 40. Well, Schormans is in 2nd. Ferrazano looks to have made up a couple of places as well in the process. Tommy van der Stroys is hunting down 2nd position. He's trying to go with Kasper Schormans, who said, let's get up to Nando Weichselbaumer. Looks like Nys is going to have something to say going through turn 2. Can't make it stick quite yet. So Van der Stroys is not knowing whether to go for the attack or the defense. He's got Schormans in front, Nijs behind, Jonkers in 5th. Max Zadursky up into 6th position. Verrazano now drops down into 7th place ahead of Henri Velou. Senna Zuten's up, all started from the back, now up into 9th. The number 34 on a move, on a charge, as Len Nijs goes really close to the back bumper of Tommy van der Stroys in 3rd position as they come through turn 8. They're pulling around 1.5 times the force of gravity. These might be our youngest competitors, but they simply have absolutely no fear. So at the moment, with around 7 minutes plus an additional lap to go, Tommy van der Stroys is wanting to know when he can attack because he's not too sure. With Len Nijs behind him, the number 17, very strong in qualifying. It's now about the racing to secure the points as there's some good moves happening. I think that might have been Sutens up the inside of... could be one of the Van Langendonks maybe, or one of the Van Langendonks is making a move up. But there's another change for position going through turn 2, a little bit further down the order, around about 8th or 9th position. So Van Rooyen has gone up a place. Henri Velou now dropped down to 10th position as Nando Weichselbaumer is still having to keep a bit of a gap between himself and the drivers behind. But it looks like Van der Stroys has just lost out to Schormans in the 40 a little bit earlier on in the lap. So Nando Weichselbaumer from Austria leads in the number 12 ahead of Kasper Schormans. Well, no, it's Len Nijs. Len Nijs now back up into 2nd. There's changing positions. Tommy van der Stroys retakes 3rd from Kasper Schormans and goes, come on, man, let's get after him. The one in front, come on, let's go for it. But there's still time in this race, but Schormans is not wanting to go with van der Stroys. He wants to go past him. As Max Zadursky gets past Olivier Jonkers for 5th position. So the number 19, also a fast peddler, is going really, really well in this race. Fastest lap at the moment, just trying to keep my eyes on that at the minute. And it looks to be Len Nijs as the fastest lap of the fastest lap, the best lap of the race. So 1 minute 2.448 from the Belgian. Tommy van der Stroy still sitting at the moment as there's a change, looks to be for 2nd. I'm thinking, is that Tommy van der Stroy? If I can see from my commentary position, because I'll see Nando Weichselbaumer come through very, very shortly. Let's see what happened. Tommy van der Stroy and Len Nijs now in 2nd and 3rd. They've really, really got time running out, not in their favour. They've got under 5 minutes plus an additional lap. The pair get their head down, going down the main straightaway. So Van der Stroys, and I think has just set the fastest lap of anybody, a 1 minute 2.239. The young Dutch Charger in the 54 is gunning for the target that is on the back of the race suit of Nando Weichselbaumer. The gap now less than 9/10 of a second between the leader and 2nd position. And you know what's happening here as well? I don't think Van der Stroys is going to factor into the lead. Len Nijs, our pole sitter in the first final, is also going along. Nice little battle between Schorman, Zadursky and Jonkers for 4th to 6th position. A little bit further back is the number 46 of Alan Verrazano, who's around about 1.1 seconds behind the three-way squabble over 4th position. Meanwhile, the leader's coming through the final sector. The gap has literally been decimated by the pair of Van der Stroys and Len Nijs. They are after Nando Weichselbaumer, who's just taken a bit too long of a glance over the left shoulder, puts his head down. Nando, look forward. Look forward. You've got Van der Stroys and Nijs closing. Van der Stroys goes up the inside of Weichselbaumer for the lead. Oh, Weichselbaumer goes wide and loses out to both Van der Stroys and Len Nijs and goes from 1st to 3rd in 2 corners. What a great show of working together. Now the battle is on. 3 minutes 22 plus an additional lap. It is Van der Stroys versus Len Nijs for the lead of this race. 54 and 17. I did say watch out for Tommy van der Stroys. He's just proved that. Now they are dropping Nando Weichselbaumer, who is looking a bit lonelier in 3rd place. He hasn't got anyone to work with, but is he going to keep pace with them? He's got this opportunity to showcase it. He showed it late last season. So he's coming through. Nice goes around to the outside of Tommy van der Sloijs coming through the final couple of corners, but van der Sloijs takes the tighter line. But Nice has got the slipstream, gives van der Sloijs a little bump on the back bumper from behind, and went for the overtake and actually pushed van der Sloijs forward going into turn 2. Now they go through the triple left-hander at 3, 4 and 5. Van der Sloijs just steely looking forward. He's got the blinkers on. He's just concentrating on keeping that tight inside line, not giving Len Nys an absolute opportunity to go for it. And Len Nys is being, I think he's sort of compromising himself, because when he's trying to get in that aerodynamic toe behind the number 54, it's costing him, because he's not able. He's trying to get past, but hasn't got that gap to do it. Van der Sloijs takes a brief glance over his left shoulder. Len Nys is ready to strike like a coiled cobra in the weeds, but it's only not a case of if, it's a case of when, as they come round towards the final couple of corners. 1 minute, 45 seconds on the clock, plus an additional lap. So I would probably say we're going to have this and maybe another, we're going to have this and 2 more laps to go here. So 3 laps remain in the Micromax first final of the day here at the BNL Karting Series kickoff. Len Nys is just staying behind Tommy van der Sloijs. I think he's going to leave it until the last possible moment. Van der Sloijs is just holding on. Goes tighter on the inside of the apex on turn 6. The pair now blast. Get the heads down towards turn 7. Another bump from behind. I can just see this happening all the way through to the flag, because Van der Sloijs is doing an absolutely handsome job out front. The 54 from the Netherlands just really showing what he's capable of. He's got a stern competitor behind him, but whilst they're battling, Nando Weichselbaumer is within 6/10 of Tommy van der Sloijs. It could be less than that on the next tour around. So we've got 44 seconds on the clock. It's going to be this and 1 more lap to go in the first of 2 Micromax finals. Len Nys takes a look over the right shoulder. Another little love tap from behind there from the number 17. Oh, went for the inside going into turn 2 and pushed van der Sloijs forward again. The only thing they've got to watch out for is drop-down bumpers in karting, but it's been very, very clean between the pairs so far in this first of 2 finals. But van der Sloijs was just 69 100ths of a second ahead of Len Nys on the last time they crossed the start-finish line. So time is going to expire by the time they come through turn 8, and it expires now. It's this and 1 more lap to see who's going to win between Tommy van der Sloijs, Len Nys, and the fast-closing Nando Weichselbaumer from Austria. This is going to be intense. We've got just over 1,500 meters of racing in this first final of 12 here for the BNL Karting Series kickoff. And look at the gap that van der Sloijs has just pulled on the pair. And I tell you what, Nando Weichselbaumer is going for second. Well, he's trying to go for second, nearly went for it up the inside of turn 1 on Len Nys, but had to pull it back. Meanwhile, behind, I think, has Max Zaderski gone through past Kasper Schurmans? Yes, he has. Nice move, but he's gone round to the outside of turn 4. Schurmans goes back up the inside on turn 4, retakes 4th position. Nice battling between those two. And also they've got Olivier Jonkers from GKS with them for company. But in the meantime, is there going to be a change for second? I think that has just happened. Nando Weichselbaumer has just got in front of Len Nys there. Or is it the other way around? Yeah, Nando Weichselbaumer now in second position. But I think he's left it a little bit too late to come back at Tommy van der Sloijs, who's about to come through into the final sector, which they do now. But what a drive from the number 54 from the Netherlands. Quick glance over the left shoulder. But round the final couple of corners comes Tommy van der Sloijs from the Netherlands. The number 54 will take the checkered flag and win Micromax final number 1, fractionally ahead of Nando Weichselbaumer from Germany, with Len Nys taking 3rd at the end of it all. Max Zaderski had to take second best to Kasper Schurmans in the battle for 4th position. So Kasper Schurmans takes 4th place ahead of Max Zaderski. Olivier Jonkers, Aaron Federzano in the 46, finished in 7th position. Senezuten starting all the way back from the back part of the grid, finished 8th ahead of Henri Verlou. We also had one of the Wanger Langendonks. There are 2 of them, in fact. So I'll just quickly check the timing. So it was Dries van Langendonk in 10th position ahead of Karel Stout. Mateo Radenkovic was 12th ahead of Mats van Rooyen. Tom van Langendonk in 14th. Cas Torben and Sem Bollen rounding out the 16 classified finishers. Unfortunately, Tam Saleh was not able to take part in the first final. So your winner for the Micromax final number 1 from the Netherlands, the number 54 of Tommy van der Stroys, ahead of Austria's Nando Weichselbaumer. Len Nys rounding out the top 3. Kasper Schomans, Max Zadersky, Olivier Jonkers, Aaron Ferrazano, Senes Utens, Henri Velou, Dries van Langendonk, Karel Stout, Mateo Radenkovic, Mats van Rooyen, Tom van Langendonk, Cas Tobben and Sem Bollen. Next up, it's Minimax final number 1.